Hi everyone. Yesterday I made this cute little crab. It's a resin art project. If you want to see how I did it, follow along. So I started with free clip art that I printed off of the computer, and I had an old frame that I had previously sealed on the back with this quick seal clear caulk. It goes on white, dries clear. I let that dry for 24 hours and then I used painter's tape to seal it up, just in case there's any leaks. Next, I taped the clip art to the back of the frame, and then I began to paint. I am by no means an artist. There's no way that I could freehand draw this. I have to have a stencil or something behind it. But anyway, the whole crab and the seagrass was painted with acrylic paint. The color for the body of the crab and the seagrass was aquamarine metallic paint. And then I outlined around the edges a little bit with black acrylic, and I highlighted it with jade, the seagrass and the crab. I feel like pretty much anybody could do this. You don't have to be a painter. The only problem with painting on glass is that you have to let it dry and give it multiple coats. I've tried glass paint and I really don't think it's any better than acrylic paint on glass, but you could try either one and see what you think. So I purchased a new epoxy resin that I've never worked with before, but it looks pretty straightforward, 1-to-1 ratio. It came with some little cups, gloves, droppers, popsicle sticks, and some little sprinkles to use. It was $29.99 for 40 ounces, so that's 74 cents an ounce. I'm used to using Total Boat resin, which comes in a larger quantity. It's a total of a gallon for $64, which comes out to 43.6 cents an ounce. But anyway, I thought I would give this a try. When working with epoxy resin, you should wear gloves, use a respirator, have rubbing alcohol on hand. In case you have any drips, you can wipe it up with that, as long as it hasn't dried yet. This is a pretty straightforward epoxy resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Once you've measured it out, you stir it for 2 to 3 minutes. Be sure to scrape the sides and the bottom. The slower you stir it, the less bubbles you'll get. After I was done mixing the resin, I poured it on and smoothed it out with the spoon. This resin's a little thinner than the resin I'm used to working with, so this may self-level a little bit easier, but I still pushed it into all the corners. I was a little bit nervous. If you look close, you can see all the little bubbles now. I used the heat gun to get them out. I set it to the low setting as far as the air strength, and then I set the temperature up between 500 and 600 degrees. It can take up to 5 minutes to get all the bubbles out, depending on how many you have. Then I took crushed shells and little shells and some starfish and decorated the bottom. And then I took some crushed glass that I had picked up at Michael's and sprinkled it up around the top. And there it is, all finished. I think it turned out pretty cute. I hope you enjoyed the project. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.